Good evening to everybody, everyone. Thank you, Sushil Kumar Jain Saab and Kamlesh and Parekh Saab for giving me this opportunity to give a small presentation. I am a retired central government executive. Before 10 years, I retired. I have come to know about Krishnamurti in 80s, but I did not take him seriously. I thought he is just another one Swamiji like that. I did not take him seriously. Then I was into Zen Buddhism. Then I was listening to Osho. Osho was mentioning frequently about J. Krishnamurti. Then I was curious. Okay, I heard his name, but I like that. Then I switched to. Then I started listening to J. Krishnamurti. My search ended with Krishnamurti. So only after retirement, I have a lot of time and I am just listening to him. So let me. This is my introduction. I am nobody. I know nothing. I have come to USA on a visit. My children here. Now I'm in California. It is 4:30, 4:40 in the morning. Everybody is sleeping. I am just sitting in the kitchen and talking to you. So let me start. So I already shared with you, through Kamlesh, that YouTube video. That is a for me, it is a very important one. So let me start. So what is thinking? Let us be very clear at the beginning itself. Thought is essential and it is a very useful and powerful tool in the world of functions. To earn a livelihood, roti, kapda or makan. To plan, to create and to communicate with others. We all accept that thought is essential, no doubt about it. Today we are not discussing about this type of thoughts which is essential. What we are concerned today about is the thought which is not essential, which is mechanical, which is repetitive and compulsive. Example, daydreaming, reminiscing about the past, judging, assuming, evaluating, measuring, becoming, commenting, comparing, criticizing, condemning, narrating, storytelling, interpreting the present, projecting, replaying the past, simulating the future outcome, playing various what-if scenarios, expecting, anticipating, resisting what is, dividing, accumulating, more and more knowledge, seeking validation from others, believing something not known, defending, attacking, which is going on all the time. This noise, mind chattering, the voice in the head, the autopilot, the multitasking activity of our brain's default mode. Is this not detrimental, waste of time, waste of energy? This noise, the voice in the head, the thinking is clouding our intelligence, filtering our vision, hearing, sensitivity, prevents clarity, insight, wisdom, love, compassion, realization of truth, creating conflict, confusion, chaos, tension, havocs in our daily life, in our relationship. We are just talking about this type of thinking. It is not fair on our part to blame the thinking. It is our own fault. We identify ourselves with this incessant thinking, the noise, the chattering, the voice in our head. We are our thoughts. We believe everything the thought says, the voice in the head, as true. This voice in the head is my voice. We believe that. The voice of my conscience. We believe that. It is me, it is I, it is we. We are entangled in the thoughts. It all began a long time ago during our childhood. Voice in the head. If we are this voice who is talking all the time, then who is listening? Who is believing it as true and acting as per the dictum of this voice? Who is the speaker, listener, believer, and actor, performer? It is not our voice. It is the voice of the past. What we were told by our parents, teachers, siblings, friends, neighbors, society, community, civilization, culture, population, ancestors. What we read or others read, information, misinformation, disinformation. This is a voice. News, fake news, rumors, gossips, hearsays, stories, fiction. This is the voice. This is the voice. What we read from social media, WhatsApp forwards, viral, YouTube videos. This is the voice. This is the voice of conditioning, grooming, taming of our childhood. This is a voice of prejudice, bias, discrimination, fear, ideas, illusions, lies, likes, and dislikes. This is a voice of crowds and mobs. We believe this noise, this voice as we, and hence true and right. Today, we are questioning this belief. Voice in the head. This voice, the voice in the head, is sometimes rude, selfish, cunning, wicked, manipulative, narcissistic, ugly, crazy, violent, immoral, idiotic, perverted, crooked, ugly. Am I right? I am not exaggerating it. We cannot even share these voice, these thoughts. We cannot even share it with others. Even closest who are closest to us. We later feel ashamed of thinking those thoughts. We always identify ourselves with the thoughts, the voice in the head as me, ours, I, me. Then, are we really such a bad human beings? Violent, crazy, ugly, immoral, idiot, pervert? Manipulate, wicked? Because the thought is so. If we own those negative thoughts, then we have to own that face also, that identity also. If it is so, then how the God Almighty, our Creator, would make such mistakes in His creation? So, while we are talking about the incessant noise in our head, let us have some little bit idea about a brain network, notorious brain network, default mode network. Actually, this brain network is very, very essential because it is responsible for all our autonomous functions of our body, like breathing, pumping blood, digestive systems, etc. Without this network, we will not be alive. I will not be talking with you. But incidentally, our mechanical thought processes, the thinking, the voice in the head, the noise is also in the domain of this default mode network of our brain. Not only that, autopilot mode. When we do something familiar and routine, we do multitasking. We put that action, suppose driving a car, we go to autopilot and start thinking, multitasking. Driving the car and thinking about something. And this network is also responsible for simulation by our thinking. Anything, if you do anything mechanically, automatic, mindlessly, that is the default mode network. So just observing the functioning of the default mode network is itself maybe called a meditation. So this voice in the head, the noise, the thinking, mind chatter is going on incessantly all the time. When we are sitting idle, daydreaming, reminiscing. Actually, when we are sitting idle only, the default mode network will be very loud and very strong. When we are busy doing something routine, familiar, repetitive, mundane activities, we switch to autopilot and multitasking. And this voice in the head is very, very, very active. Suppose we are driving car and thinking about the WhatsApp forward, brushing our teeth and thinking about yesterday's argument with an office colleague. We are just questioning the utility of this noise. So we do everything over this noise. In the background of this noise, we call it as thinking. Starting from in the morning brushing teeth, brewing coffee and drinking, sitting in the toilet, taking shower, praying, eating breakfast, driving to office, etc., etc., till we go to bed and sleep. We are this noise. All our actions, our inactions happen over this, at the background of it. Are we our thoughts, which is happening at the surface level over the field of awareness? Or are we that awareness behind these thoughts or beneath these thoughts? Are we that noise? Are we silence or stillness behind that noise? So, is there any other form of thinking other than this noise, the voice in the head? Is there any other way of action other than acting in the background of this noise? Are we aware of the hum of the machinery in the basement of our house? Are we aware of this noise? Are we aware that the voice in the head is not our voice? Are we aware that we are not our thoughts? What happens when we become aware of this noise? The hum of the machinery in the basement. When will that noise stops? How the noise stops? What happens when the noise stops? And what is then action in the silence? What is then action? These are the questions I just want to ask. Now I will play a video of a small group dialogue of Krishna ji, but it's a 1 hour video. I don't know how to edit that video into a shorter one, so I will pass it in between and play that video. So at the end of the video, so I just request all our friends to limit our discussion only for these 4 questions Krishna ji is asking in that video. Number 1, are we aware of the hum of the machinery in the basement of the house? That is the noise. That is the noise in our head, the thinking, the voice of our thinking. Are we aware of the noise? Number 1. Number 2, if we are aware of that humming of the machinery in the basement, that is the voice in the head. If we are aware, our first question is, are we aware? Second question is, when we are aware, what happens? And in the how that machine comes to that the humming of the machine stops, what will happen after the stopping of the humming? So these questions, first our friends, before after this video, when our friends talk, first they have to limit, first they have to answer these questions, then they can go on add, they are free to add whatever they want to add. Now I am playing this Krishnaji's video. If audio is not okay, means tell me.
Audio is not coming, sir.
Audio is not coming. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Is it coming now? Hello? Is it coming? Kamlesh?
Audio is very less, sir. Audio is not
1
coming.
minute. Let me increase. It is coming?
No, sir.
Is it? 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. One minute, let me start again. One minute. Are you getting the video? Voice is there? No, voice is there?
Voice is not coming. Voice is not coming, right, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Also, you are playing, but the audio is not coming too.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Click in the option.
Give me a time. Give me. Is it coming now? Kamlesh?
No, sir.
Is it coming now?
No. Sound is not coming, sir. Audio is not coming. There is one option at the sharing portion that sound should be enabled.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Aware of all this?
Now it is coming.
Now it is coming? It is coming now?
You play the video.
Be aware.
Is it coming?
It is coming now. Coming now.
Have to think. when yes, help me.
Is it coming?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, baby. நான் வச்சிருக்கேன் பட் அதுல போனா அது இதாக மாட்டேங்குது.
No, don't bring any examples. Tell me what thinking is.
இங்க இருக்கு.
It seems to be the bringing together, searching out the beloved different.
You stop a minute. When do you deliberately set about to think? Or when do you think? Or when are you aware that you are thinking? Or thinking is going on all the time.
இதை போட்டு ஒர்க் பண்ணேன் பட் அவங்க இப்போ ஆடியோ இல்லைன்னாங்க அதான் எடுத்து
When you
விட்டேன்.
see that lamp, when you see that,
Sound is coming,
think.
but it is low.
And when a crisis arises, you proceed with your thinking in relation to that. Right? So, and then try to solve the problem, all the rest of it. So, your
Kamlesh, Kamlesh,
Yes, sir.
is the audio is clear now?
Audio is coming. It's slightly low, but you try to continue it.
Maximum
Continue by making it full screen.
It's not connecting there. It's still coming to.
Audio is coming. You make it full screen and then run.
done போடு. That's it.
Can you
The
talk?
sound okay? ஒன்றும் வரல.
Sound is not coming. Previously
Sound
it was
is
coming.
not-
Sound is not coming.
one minute. சேம் சிஸ்டம் போட்டேன்.
எல்லாமே அங்கே போடுங்க சார் மைக்ரோஃபோன் அது.
Is it okay now? Are you getting the sound?
No, sir.
No. Time running out. Are you getting the sound?
No, sir.
Oh, 1 minute.
If it is not working, then you can leave it.
1 minute, no, 1 minute, 1 minute.
and so on, so on, so on. Before
Now is it
that,
okay now?
there is the machinery has been going on, Oh,
Huh? Audio is okay?
Audio
Huh?
is coming.
Audio is
Audio is
coming.
okay.
that humming stops when you ask me decide this. Then I have to think about it, right, sir? Am I saying things right? No, don't bring in the
Baby,
example.
baby.
Tell me what
Baby,
thinking is.
Yeah, but நீங்க பேசுறது ரொம்ப லவுடா இருக்கு ரெடி. நீங்க அட்லீஸ்ட் நீங்க உங்க வாய்ஸ் எதை கொஞ்சம் நீங்க உங்க வாய்ஸ் எதை கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சிக்கோங்க. இப்போ பேசுங்க பத்தி.
Right, right.
Sir, you can leave that. If it is not possible, then you will have to leave it.
All the time. When you see that lamp,
Is it okay now?
or hear the sound,
Yes.
thinking. And when a crisis arises, you proceed with your thinking in relation to that. Right? So, and then try to solve the problem, all the rest of it. So, the thinking process is good. What is thinking? A reaction, a watching, listening, interpreting, judging, recognizing, evaluating, resisting, responding, affection on a thing is going on all the time. Am I aware of all that? Don't listen. Am I aware of all that? If I am aware, then I know I'm unraveling. Like taking a spool of thread and pulling it. Am I aware of all this? Or I'm only aware that I have to think when somebody when somebody asks me to do something and I don't want to do or I can't do. I'm just trying to find out when I become conscious, when I become conscious that I am thinking. It's only this machinery of recognition, all that, which is going on all the time. When that comes to an end, when faced with a problem, when faced with an issue, when faced with a mathematics, scientific, personal or impersonal problem, national problem, so on, so on. When that machinery comes to an end, in front of a problem, then I say to myself, I must think about this. Right or not? And no, it's not adequate, inadequate. We have to decide something. And there's the urgency of decision. So this man, that man, should this be put there, should this not be put there, and so on, so on, so on. Before that, there is the machinery has been going on all the time, but making humming noise. That humming stops when you ask me, decide this. Then I have to think about it. Right, sir? Am I saying things right? What I want to find out when I think, and I know I'm thinking all the time. All the time. All the time the machinery is going on and on and on. That I'm not conscious of. And when I become conscious of something, then I say I must think about it. Right, sir?
Sorry, Puppy, disturb you.
Yeah. Conscious only when I'm forced to. When I have an issue. Yes, put it that way, yes.
One would, one would like to think first about without trouble all the time.
Yes, 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 yes. See, I don't want to think. I like to live in this hum. With this hum about looking at the tree, woman, man, child, colors, just go on and on and on. And I don't want to. That's my habit, that's my machinery.
I don't want this other kind of thing.
Now, wait. When an issue arises, then I'm forced to look at it. And that I call thinking. Right? Then my thinking is inadequate to that, or adequate and I can resolve it. That's what I want to find out. Yeah, thinking. Huh?
It's very interesting because one has always thought the other way around.
Is the thing that we call thinking at all?
Question of terminology, because you see some people that say that's thinking and the other there's something else in there.
Which is thinking? The hum that's going on all day, night and day. Huh? Is that thinking? Yeah, there is no conscious, deliberate awareness of that process, of that moment. If the mind becomes aware of that, you follow, sir? Then, when the problem arises, when a crisis arises, what takes place? I don't know if I'm getting. You follow, sir, what I'm talking about? If I am conscious, aware of this machinery which is going on night and day, of which I'm unconscious, if I become conscious of it, aware of it, then what takes place in relation to a problem which arises when thought has to be used or not used? I don't know.
It seems to me you're trying to say that we have this background process and then comes a problem.
Yes.
We confuse thought with this problem. Now, therefore, we in some way are mixing the background process up with.
Right, sir. We'll use that.
To do, right?
Right. There is the background going on. Background. And that background of which I'm unconscious, and I have to face an issue. Do I face an issue with the background of that noise, or do I face the issue without that noise? And if I become aware of that noise, then when a problem arises, how do I deal with it? It must be entirely different. I don't know if, right, sir?
Yes. We're in the habit of looking at this.
Yes.
Based upon we try to find the answer in the noise, perhaps.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at.
In fact, that's not the place to find the answer.
Yeah, that's right.
That noise being the result of memory.
That's going on. Can the mind become aware of this total noise total background, and in becoming total aware of the totality of this background, when a problem arises, how does it deal with it? You follow, sorry? Are the two things separate? Huh?
Which two?
The problem
Yes.
and the unconscious. Not the mind becoming aware of the total background, total noise.
And the problem.
Do we separate the problem from the total noise? I am getting, you follow what I mean? No, wait a minute, let me get it. I see what. Wait, let's begin. There is the noise going on in the background. I'm not aware of it. Then the problem, a problem arises, and I have to think about it. I think with the noise. I think from the background. Yes, within the noise. Understood. And repeat, I want to be clear the question for myself first. I'm not trying to say you're right or wrong. There is this noise, we'll call that for the moment, background, all that. The noise is going on all the time. Of that noise, I'm not aware. I am aware only when a problem arises. And I try to deal with that problem with the noise. And that I call thinking, right? That's what we call generally thinking.
But that might be another kind of.
That's what we generally call it. I don't know. So I say to myself, that's very clear. That map is very clear. And what happens when I'm aware of this hum, this noise, incessantly going on? Not in fragments, but see the whole thing all at once, right? Not become aware of the noise. Let's begin with that. What happens when you become aware?
I think you don't like it.
I don't know. No. There are several things involved in there. There is like and dislike, keeping and rejecting, and the observer watching. No. So those,
Watching.
huh?
Apparently.
Apparently watching, right? Apparently watching. Those are all involved in that. Then what takes place? Then you come and tell me, look, you're looking at it from pleasure and pain point. Reject that, if you can. And also you see the division between the observer and the thing observed is apparent, not real.
In the sense that the observer is connected.
Of course, he is related to it. Yes, of course. Yes, he is that thing.
I mean, I see it as a cycle.
Yes, right. It doesn't matter. I will use that for the moment. It's a cycle, right? So don't separate yourself from that. It's a movement. At one moment, it is you who are looking at it and think you are the observer, but it's a movement.
Movement going in a
It's
cycle.
a right.
It goes out to what I observe.
Right. It's back and forth. Now, you've stated that to me very clearly, and I verbally, logically understand that very clearly. Then what takes place? Doesn't the hum come to an end? Because you have removed this, you have undone the structure. You have broken up the structure.
Good.
not the urge, the structure of the noise and the meaning of that noise. And that we have called thing. Which means there may be no other machine. Which
So
are-
they
which-
have a car which is not functioning.
Wait. Let's get this clear again. You have helped me to undo the structure. And it's gone, it's broken down. And there is no repairing that now. I can't repair it by any amount.
No.
Going to church or I can't repair it. And so what has happened? Either the mind is frightened, or it is in a state of complete void. I'm not frightened. Because I say, yes, this is so. It's stupid to carry on this game of so-called thinking. It's finished. I'm in a state of void, right? Not blank, but the machinery, yes, the machinery which used to make noise and to which the brain and my whole being has become accustomed to, suddenly has gone to peace, suddenly stopped. There's a sense of extraordinary, when a dynamo in the basement stops working, there's sudden stillness in the house. Right. And I can't repair it. And I don't want to repair it. Now, that's so. What takes place next? Then a problem arises. Yes, I have to decide something. Then what is the relationship of a mind whose structure of thinking has been broken up? How does that mind meet the problem? Right, sir? Or there is no problem to that mind. Problem being uncertainty, fear, by Joe, I don't know how to do, what to do, it should be done, should not be done. So problem may be the accentuation of the noise. Right, sir? Sudden noise, which becomes the problem. More intensified noise. So when the hum of the machinery in the house basement has stopped and cannot be repaired, and there is no need to be repaired, then there is a void, there is a sudden silence. In that silence, a problem has no existence because everything is a fact and action. Right, sir? The movement. Every problem is absorbed, dissolved, absorbed, dissolved. You follow?
Also, the problems of
adjusts itself. That is the real root of this question. Can the mind, can this whole structure which has been, which is noise, to which the mind, the heart, the feel, everything is accustomed to, therefore unaware, and suddenly becomes aware of it. And in becoming aware of it, justifying it as pleasure or non-pleasure. Accepting it or rejecting as pleasure or non-pleasure. If it doesn't do any of that, then the machinery is bound to come to an end.
It's over, sir.
Okay, sir.
Doesn't mean I become a monk in a monastery. You're so.
Stop the video, sir.
Yes.
Harshad, sir.
Yes.
Harshad, sir, please unmute.
Yes. Thank you, Rajendran ji. You spoke very well in the beginning before you started this audio, and you stated many harmful effects of unobserved thinking, mechanical, repetitive, and this is a universal problem. It happens to all people, whether they are Americans or Indians or Chinese, and it happens because we have learned a language and we have this memory where the words are stored, experiences, memories, and then our thinking, we use thinking so much that it becomes a kind of a habitual, and it goes on even when we don't want to think. So it becomes like a habit. Thinking becomes like a habit, and we are not aware of it. And in that, lot of energy is wasted. But by chance, when we come to listen to Krishnamurti talking about this phenomenon of unobserved thinking, chattering, a voice in the head, and then we become curious to look at our own mind after listening to Krishna ji, then we don't need to listen again and again to Krishnamurti, but we can be looking at our own mind in the daily life of activities, like when I was walking yesterday in Victoria Park, and all of a sudden an old song came to my mind, though there was no reason for it to come. And I wondered, I was aware of it. And when I became aware of the beginning of that song, it stopped. And then something else may come. But this ongoing awareness is necessary to make that unnecessary thought not continue for a long time. Otherwise, we can get caught into this thinking mechanism and we can go round and round, losing a lot of energy, waste of time, everything. So what is needed is curiosity to look at our own mind in the daily life of activities, curiosity, honesty, and whether it is the most important thing in our life, this watching inward. Because we give so much time to gather a lot of knowledge about this phenomenon. We read many books and we do it year after year. Krishnamurti listening, I would say that we are listening to Krishnamurti again and again only because we have not really looked at our own mind. We are not curious. We are not able to see clearly our own mind, and so we think that by listening to Krishnamurti again and again, we will understand. It's not like that. So the question is, are we aware? It depends on us. Is it really very, very important thing to observe, not in order to get rid of some problems, not in order to become somebody, but it's very interesting to look. Like we watch many films on the screen, but there's a film going on within us. Are we interested in just watching, not condemning it also? Because it seems that Krishna ji condemns a thought too much. A thought can be very creative also. One can create beautiful thoughts also. But these unobserved thoughts, they create problems. And then when real problem comes, we are not able to meet because we don't have this awareness to look. So I again and again feel that we have to go to look at the beginning of a thought. As long as we are not able to do that, we will go round and we can gather a lot of knowledge, lot of ideas, but it will not help. So I would say that yes, there is a dimension within us which is not thinking, and that dimension which is called awareness can look at thinking very, very clearly as it is, and in that there are no problems. Thinking can also flow without creating the thinker and the conflict between thinker and thought. So I learn all these things by observing my own mind. I did not keep on reading Krishnamurti and thinking so much. Once we are able to do it, once we see the beauty of it, then we don't need any help from outside, but it can become a natural process within us to observe whatever is going on without any motive. So motiveless, effortless awareness is the key which will dissolve all the negative problems coming from thinking. Okay, I have finished. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to say or answer the questions put by Rajendran sir in the chat box? He can raise his hand and speak.
I just want to say a little bit more. Is about one lady who was traveling in a train and she was talking very loudly to somebody, but there was nobody there, and she was talking loudly, and other passengers in the train thought that she was mad because she was talking and she was not aware of that there was nobody there. The person to whom she was talking, that person was not there. But so this Eckhart Tolle, he was in that train. And then when the station came, he went to one room and then he felt that this lady was chattering very loudly, but he felt that he was not different than that lady because his mind also chattered a lot. So Eckhart Tolle, he came in direct touch with the chattering happening within his own mind, and he became very curious. And then he began to stop everything except watching his own mind. And then after some time, some clarity came, and then he wrote a book and he became very famous. So what we need is not too much listening to Krishnamurti or watching, reading books and thinking too much. No, it doesn't help. Only observing our own mind, and that it requires freedom to observe. And that is the difficulty, that most human beings are not free to observe with curiosity their own mind. Because when we are able to do that, then we will say that yes, what Krishnamurti says is quite obvious. You will have no doubt about it. Otherwise, you may keep on asking questions to Krishnamurti year after year, the same questions. Okay, I finish. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to say? He can raise his hand and then yes, yes, sir. Saroj sir, you can unmute yourself.
Okay,
Please
sir.
unmute yourself.
I have unmuted. And now, may I speak, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Harshad sir, you gave a very informative information regarding that one should be aware of the thought going on. But, sir, that comes only after the thought was, it's not at the same time one is aware and thinking. So it is a post thought affair. So simultaneously, how Horsesar says one is to be aware of the thought that is going on. It's only later. The being aware is a past affair, but when thought goes on, deliberately one cannot be aware and thinking. That is the absurdity of this discussion, that awareness is all right, side is there. Natural way, it may come, it may not come, but how one can be aware and think? It's not possible, sir. Sir may clarify something about it.
Harshad sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, yes. Yes, it is a very good question you ask. It happens initially that when you become very curious to look at your own mind, and then the thinking stops, and there is a pure awareness only. And then that awareness goes away, and then again thinking starts. Then you become aware of, and then the thinking stops. So this is the initial stage where awareness comes, thinking stops. But
Sir,
as after some time, the awareness is on and the thinking comes, it can be seen, and it doesn't create a thinker, as a fragment coming from the thinking called thinker me, and then trying to change thought. Then there is no such conflict. Thinking moves in a beautiful, orderly way with this awareness. And that is how Krishnamurti or a good teacher, they are able to speak clearly without any effort, because there is a awareness is on, and that from that awareness thoughts come, and they are very orderly. So then no problem is not with thinking. Problem is that that awareness is not there within us, a ongoing effortless, motiveless awareness.
okay, thank you,
So
sir.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. 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 Thank you, s Sir, please unmute yourself, Dr. Kulkarni.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, I observe that the observed or the doubter or the thinker is formed from the past. As Krishnaji was saying in this video, can we use the thought or thought is using us? Most of the times, thought uses us because we are unaware, as told by Harshad ji and Rajendran ji. So, after observation, the number of thoughts started decreasing. But most of the times, rebound phenomena is seen. Like I was traveling metro to the one side, but I went to the other side, means opposite way I was going. So like that background, as it's indicated in this video as the basement hum. So the basement hum, what I observed from the Krishnaji's lecture and my observation is like subconscious and unconscious mind. Now we are talking only about the conscious mind. But if I observe myself, so the subconscious and unconscious mind, which is more powerful and it needs lot of energy to dip within that. So usually we see in the dream or sudden rage of fear, or most commonly when in the even the sex. So those things, the hidden patterns come out. So just by observation of these things, the slowing down of the thought and using the thought whenever it is needed, as Harshad ji and Krishna ji said, we can use it beautifully. And most of the times it is not needed because things happen by itself and the thinker is not formed. We are thinking that thinker is separate, observer is separate, then the chain starts, go on. The simple example like this, somebody asked about the some address. He said, you start with the post office, go left and right, and there is no post office at all like that. So no observer or the doer or the thinker, what we call. So without our keen observation, this is formed and it goes on continuing and hiding effect, defense around the nothing. So nothingness is going on, becoming continuously, and we are unaware. But because of seeing and this humming, it comes down and it itself will reveal that I am not this. It itself will reveal that I am not this. And what happens, we cannot tell. After stopping thought, what will happen, thought cannot tell. Most of the times we are interested. Most of the times I'm interested in the impressing others, superiority complex. I am right, others are wrong. So this division is not happening after observation, or it happens only for the sake of conversation or for the society's sake. Thank you, sir.
Rajendran, sir, do you want to say, comment or?
Just to see the whole purpose of this dialogue of listening Krishnaji's small group discussion in 1965 will serve the full purpose. At least when we became aware of the hum of this machinery in the basement, the noise. If we observe, if we once became aware of this noise, that is enough. Everything begins, that is the first step, and everything will start from that. Once we have to be aware that this is a noise, it is not essential in this field. That's all. Are we aware of that noise? Once we become aware of the noise, that is more than enough. Everything will fall in place. Thank you.
We are labeling the humming as noise. Isn't it a part of observer?
No, that is not the past. Observer is the noise. Kamlesh, observer is the noise. The thinker is the noise. Who is the awareness? Awareness behind that noise. That awareness is watching that it is a noise. It is not labeling. It is just a hearing. It is very apparent. It is not labeling. It is not. So who is telling that this is a noise? Who? That awareness. That awareness is our central, basic, core nature. But we generally live on this surface where this noise is occurring, thought is occurring, this movement is occurring. That's all.
Basically, what noise is appearing to the awareness in the moment, it must have been some important issue in either in the past somewhere. So it is coming. So you are right in saying that awareness should watch it and check if it is right in the moment or not. Am I correct, or some correction is there?
See, we are so habituated and accustomed to this noise. Suppose if we are living close to the Bombay airport, very close, and landing, takeoff, these hundreds of aircrafts landing and taking off, that noise, when we are accustomed to that. So we believe that is our life. When one day there is a hartal is there is no flight, means there is no noise, and we will feel uncomfortable. We will not be able to sleep. Because we are habituated for 40 years, 50 years with the noise, we believe that is our life, that is our voice. We recognize that, identify ourselves with the noise. We identify ourselves with the thought. Once we become aware that it's a noise, it is not necessary means. So from there, everything starts, everything falls in place. Are we aware of that noise? That is the question.
Harshad sir. Harshad sir, comment. It all.
Yes. Sometimes when we are in our room and in the neighborhood, some machine is going on and is making lot of noise, and we are doing our work, and suddenly when that machine stops, then we feel that there is something, a different thing, that how wonderful it is to have that no noise. So similarly, it is like a donkey which is carrying a lot of burden on its back, and the donkey is not aware that it's all this burden. But when that burden taken away, then we feel that there is a different state, So as long as this awareness is a different state than thinking, we are so much used to thinking and the thinker coming out of it, that we don't know what awareness means. But the first time when it happens, then we really see that there is a different dimension within us, which is free, in that there are no problems. And as long as such awareness has not come in our life, then there will be many doubts, many questions. Then the person will say, who is aware? So all these kind of questions come only because there is no direct feeling or that sense that there is a different dimension within us which can see thinking very, very clearly. And in that what is, and moving with that what is, that is what the teachings are, Krishnamurti, in which there is no thinker trying to change thought. There is no duality, no conflict, only watching. So there is nothing to understand, only to see what is as it is unfolding in our mind. And no need to say that how destructive this thinking is and all that condemnation. Even Krishnaji sometimes makes, says that thought is the enemy. It is enemy only when there is no awareness. But with awareness, thinking can move beautifully and it can do a wonderful thing. It can create beautiful poems or paintings or even Krishnaji and other people, they are using thinking to tell us something which goes beyond thinking. And so it all depends on how do we listen. Listen to Krishnamurti and then listen to our own self. And then when we are able to listen clearly to our own mind, we can listen to any human being. Even when that human being may be saying something which is not true, we can listen without reacting. So that listening, it requires a freedom. Observing, thinking, it requires freedom, freedom to observe. So that freedom is not there, then thinking becomes very tiring. It creates many, many problems in conflicts, in relationship, and all that. Okay, thank you.
Rajendran sir.
See, at least in a day for 1 hour, let us play a game. Let us watch this humming noise and let us not identify when the thought comes. No, this is not me. When we hear the voice in our head, let us say, no, this is not my voice. Let us play this game at least for an hour and see what happens. Even communication with others in our relationship, that itself is exchange of this noise only, exchange of this hum only, exchange of the voice in our head. I have some voice in my head. I exchange it when I meet a person. We are both exchanging the voice in the head, voice in each other's head. There is no real communication is happening. So I suggest our friends here. So please do it for an hour. Be doubt. Be doubt. Let us doubt that this voice. This is I am not my thoughts. The voice in the head is not me. This is not my voice. There is a noise is happening. Just sit. Just observe this for even for 1 hour and see yourself what happens. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First of all, what is thought? Thought is thought a natural feature of the human mechanism, or that whatever he says, the machinery, is it natural or not? Number one. Number two, whatever we are talking, that is very correct for the senior citizens. What about the young persons? For them, becoming is important, pleasure is important, they have got targets, that is important, and study, whatever study they do, or whatever work they do, that is important. And this dating and all that and other things, that is important. So there are so many things. And whatever chatting we are saying or chattering we are saying, that chattering is part of that, isn't it? So this is natural. To those people, to say that be aware of your thoughts and become free of that. It's is it how right it is, or how it is possible, or what is the we have to see actually what is correct in that. Number one. Number two, they we can tell them that you see your thoughts, and if you see the thoughts, then whatever thoughts are there, that is your past and all that. But one thing we have to understand, that this past only help us in solving problems. Krishnamurti is saying that there is no problem. No problem is no thought, means there is no problem. Fine. When thought is not there, you are not there. You are not there means no problem at all. But when you are there, and for most of the people you are there, he is there. So for them to see all these things, and then the next step, whether this is a technological thought or whether this is a psychological thought, and to see this, which is powerful, technological thought is powerful or psychological thought is powerful. We talk of passion, we talk of curiosity. What is curiosity basically? Is it technological? It is coming from your core, and it is based on your all features which you are having, like parameters, psychological parameters and all that. So which we have talked enough in the past. So to check them or to see them, unless you fulfill them, then you are not satisfied. So if we see in the chattering, there are so many, your liking part is there, your desire part is there, your pleasure part is there. There are so many points which are there. So how to address them? Can you address them only with the this awareness? And one thing is there, when you focus on something, I'm not talking about attention, I am talking about focus. If I have to make a research work and I have to do some work, then I have to focus on that. And when I focus, at that time, your all awareness and all thing is not in a picture. So what happens? And which is the instrument which uses both attention, focus, and all that? And who is observing basically that this is past thinking and all that? So these are the questions which are to be addressed, and then only we can say what is best for us, or we can see what is happening in the moment. And of course, this is varies from individual to individual, and his own what we can personality basically. Thank you.
See, at the very beginning of this dialogue, I started with this first clarification at the very beginning itself. In the world of functions, thought is necessary. As our friend Dinesh pointed out, research, academic research for students, for make a livelihood, the thought is essential. I have come to the Zoom meeting and I'm sharing and talking for communicating. Thought is necessary to plan, to coordinate, to create it. So it is a world of functions. That thought is a powerful tool. I mentioned already in the beginning, we are not talking about that type of thought. We are talking about the other thing, other one. So these arguments always coming up. When we discuss about thought, these always the argument coming up. Who is arguing? This is the same thought only. We are not blaming. We need that. There's a powerful mechanism. We cannot survive. Humanity will not survive without that thought in the world of functions. We worship that thought. I know we are not. This dialogue is not about that one. In the other side, the thought is not essential. We are only discussing about that.
Can I say
The
something?
noise. We are only discussing about that. So let us not mix that world of functions, the thought is necessary with this and create confusion. Please.
Let us do some discussion or dissection, sorry, of this. What is noise? Whatever technological thoughts are there, they are always pushed by or patrolled by, I should say, by your emotions, feelings, and all that. Leave aside passion, leave aside your curiosity, but in general, all your emotions push them. They say that do this. See, I'm from where the liking comes. You say that I like this, that's why I'm doing this. I like engineering, that's why I'm doing this. I'm good at this biology, that's why I'm doing this subject. So who pushes that? From where that pushing is coming? So even the technological thoughts are backed up by your emotions, feelings, and all that, which is very important to note. Yes, there is some garbage in that, which Krishnamurti is talking. So that garbage is different thing. And garbage means the things which you have done already, finished in the past, and still you are carrying with you because of your unawareness, that you want to get rid of, or that is you can keep it aside. That's a different thing. But in the most of the things, you have got some unfinished business, you have got some aim to do, or you have to achieve something. So these are the things which are to be seen, and then only you can discuss on this thing. Thank you.
So now time has come to an end.
We are
How
discussing about that
meeting?
garbage only. As Dinesh pointed out, we are discussing about that garbage. That is a hum, that is a noise. Thanks.
Thanks everybody. And we will have to end the meeting. Thank you for participation.
Thanks everybody for your time and patience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.